Good morning, students. I hope you all are safe and healthy with your family, and you all are following the norms of social distancing. And you all are welcome in the class of National Income Accounting. Today, in this session, we will cover the following topics. First topic is real GDP and nominal GDP. Second topic is conversion of nominal GDP into real GDP. Third topic is what do you mean by GDP deflator? And the last topic is GDP is not a true indicator of welfare. Before beginning, may I clear you what is GDP? GDP is gross domestic product. It is the market value of all final goods and services produced within the domestic territory of our country within the period of 1 year. So, now we will move toward our first topic, that is real GDP and nominal GDP. We will discuss about nominal GDP. Nominal GDP is when final goods and services produced in a year are valued at current market prices. Current market prices means the prices which are prevailing in the year in which goods and services are produced. For example, if you want to calculate nominal GDP of the year 2019-20 and you are considering the prices of goods and services of the year 2019-20, that means you are calculating nominal GDP, that is the GDP at current prices. Nominal GDP change either when overall price level changes or when the actual volume of output of goods and services changes or when both changes simultaneously. So, we can have the definition again. Nominal GDP is when final goods and services included in GDP are valued at current market prices, that is, prices prevailing in the year for which GDP is being measured. It is called as GDP at current prices or nominal GDP. Now we will move towards real GDP. Real GDP is when the final goods and services produced in a year are valued at constant prices. Constant prices here means prices prevailing in the particular year or in the base year. Children, you must have heard about the base year prices in your class 11 in chapter index number. In India, when we calculate real GDP, we take 2011-12 as base year and we consider the prices of 2011-12 for calculation of real GDP. Here prices remains constant for all years production. The value of GDP at constant prices changes only because of change in volume of output of goods and services during the year. Here prices are constant. So if there is change in real GDP, it will due to the change in flow of goods and services. I am repeating again, there is constant prices here. So if there is change in real GDP, it will due to change in flow of goods and services. We can have the definition of real GDP again. It is when goods and services included in GDP are valued at constant prices, that is the price of base year. It is called as GDP at constant prices or real GDP. Now we will move towards the difference between nominal GDP and real GDP. Nominal GDP, that is the GDP at current prices, it is affected either by change in price or change in output of goods and services. But real GDP, that is GDP at constant prices, it is affected only by change in physical output of goods and services. Here prices are constant. So if there is change in real GDP, it will be due to change in output of goods and services. Nominal GDP is not a true indicator of economic growth of a country, but real GDP is a better indicator of economic progress of our country. We can use We can use real GDP for comparing GDP of different years. For example, if you want to compare GDP of 2013-14 and 2018-19, you can use real GDP for the comparison of GDP, but you cannot use nominal GDP for the comparison of GDP of different years. This is the difference between nominal GDP and real GDP. Now we can understand what is real GDP, what is nominal GDP using a numerical example. You can see here there is a country called Imaginia, and we are assuming only three goods are produced in that country. First good is wheat, second good is cloth, and third good which is produced in the Imaginia country is computer. Here quantity of all three goods are given. Quantity of wheat is 2000, quantity of cloth is 1000, quantity of computer is 20, and prices of 2019-20, that is the current period for which we are calculating the GDP. Prices of wheat is rupees 10 per kg, for cloth it is rupees 12 per meter, and for computer the prices is rupees 15,000 each. And the valuation of wheat we will get by quantity multiplied by price, that is 2000 multiplied by 10, it will come as 20,000. And for cloth it will be 1000 multiplied by 12, it will come as 12,000. For computers it will 20,000 multiplied by 15,000, it will come as 3 lakh. When we add all these three values of wheat, cloth and computer, we will get our nominal GDP, that will be 3,32,000. Now we will calculate the value of real GDP. See, real GDP is on the basis of constant year prices. We are taking the base year as a constant year, that is 2011-12, and prices of wheat in 2011-12 is 6, prices of cloth in 2011-12 is 8 per meter, and prices of computer in 2011-12 is rupees 10,000 per unit. And we can calculate the value of wheat as 6 multiplied by 2000, quantity is the same, that is 2000. The value for real GDP and for wheat is 12,000, and value for cloth is rupees 8,000. Value for computer will be 2 lakh. I am repeating, value for wheat come as 12,000 after multiplying 2000 by 6. Value for cloth is as 8000 after multiplying 1000 by 8, and value for computer is 2 lakh after multiplying 20 by 10,000. When we add all these three values of wheat, cloth and computer, we will get our real GDP, that is 2,20,000. Children, you can now see that we have calculated nominal GDP by considering the prices of 2019-20, and we have calculated the real GDP by considering the prices of goods in 2011-12. That was the base year, and we have considered the price of the base year. Now I will give you the latest figures of real GDP and nominal GDP of our country. Real GDP at constant, that is at constant prices, that is 2011-12, is estimated at 140.78 lakh crore, which shows the growth rate of 6.81%. And nominal GDP, that is GDP at current prices of 2018-19, is estimated at rupees 190.10 lakh crore, and the growth rate is estimated of 11.20%. As you all know about real GDP and nominal GDP, we have nominal GNP and real GNP. Nominal GNP is measured at current prices. Similarly, nominal GDP is calculated at current year prices. Since this aggregate measures the value of goods and services at current prices, it will change when volume of goods and services changes, or price of goods and services changes, or when both of them changes. But real GNP is calculated at constant prices, and if real GNP is changing, it is due to change in the flow of goods and services, because prices are constant here, and real GNP is the indicator of real income level in the economy, or we can say that it reflects the real growth of an economy, because it increases only when there is increase in the national output over a period of time. Now we will learn how we can convert nominal GDP into real GDP. Nominal GDP can be converted into real GDP by eliminating the effects of price change. You all have studied about price index in your class 11th. It is an index number that shows the change in price level between two different time periods, and price index of base year is assumed to be 100. If you want to convert nominal GDP into real GDP, you can use this formula. Real GDP is equals to GDP at current prices, that is also called as nominal GDP, divided by current price index multiplied by 100. You can use this formula to convert nominal GDP into real GDP. Conversion of nominal GDP into real GDP will be more clear to you with this example. If in 2010 nominal GDP is 3000 crore and price index for 2000 rises from 100 to 150, then what will be the value of GDP at constant prices? That means you have to calculate the real GDP here. Real GDP is equals to nominal GDP divided by price index multiplied by 100. Real GDP is equals to 3000 divided by 150, that is the price index, multiplied by 100. Answer will be 2000. Since the question is in crores, you have to write your answer in crore. The answer will be 2000 crores. Now we will learn about GDP deflator. What do you mean by GDP deflator? GDP deflator is none other than price index, which measure the average change in the price level of all goods and services that constitute GDP. It is calculated as the ratio of nominal GDP to real GDP multiplied by 100. We can have the formula of GDP deflator here. GDP deflator is equals to nominal GDP upon real GDP multiplied by 100. We can learn this with the help of an example. Suppose we have to calculate GDP deflator for 2019-20, and the value of nominal GDP is given as 3,32,000. That was in the previous example which we have solved just now, and the value of real GDP, it was as 2,20,000. When we will divide both the values and multiply it by 100, the answer will be 150. And this is not the GDP deflator, students. GDP deflator will be the 150.9 minus 100, that is the change. 50.9% is the correct answer. That is the increase in the price level that has taken place is in 2019-20 as compared to the base year, that was 2011-12. Now we will discuss about GDP and welfare. Now I have one question for you. Is GDP a perfect index or indicator of economic welfare? Yes, you are right. No, GDP GDP is not a good indicator of economic welfare. We will study about this, we will learn about this with the help of these following reasons. These are the reasons for which we can say that GDP is not the true indicator of economic welfare. First reason for which we can say that GDP is no longer regarded as an adequate or appropriate measure of welfare is composition of GDP. GDP shows the total of goods and services produced in the country. It does not reflect the composition of GDP. Composition of GDP means what kind of goods are produced in our country and what is the composition of what is GDP comprised of. An increase in GDP may largely due to increase in production of war good. It can be increase in due to production of harmful goods like liquor, like tobacco, like war goods, but it will not bring any improvement in the economic welfare of our country. So we can say that increase in GDP will not lead to the welfare of our people in our country. Second reason for which we can say that GDP is not the true indicator of welfare is non-monetary exchanges. Non-monetary exchanges are those activities which cannot be evaluated in terms of money due to non-availability of data. For example, domestic services of a housewife or your family members or gardening, these are the non-monetary exchanges and these are not included while calculation of GDP, and this leads to underestimation of our GDP. As a result, welfare of the people is also underestimated. Therefore, we can say that GDP may not give us a clear indication of the productive activity and the welfare of people of the country. Here you can say you can see there are two pictures. One is of garden and second is of mother teaching her daughter. In first image, this is the vegetable garden which is enhancing the welfare of the family, but it is not including in the GDP of our economy. And the second image where mother is teaching her daughter, this is also not included in the GDP calculation, but it is also leading to the welfare of the family. The next reason for which GDP is not the true indicator of economic welfare is distribution of GDP. If GDP of the country is rising, the welfare of people may not increase because there can be inequality of income or inequality in distribution of GDP. Increase in inequality means that rich is becoming more richer and poor is becoming more poorer. There is a wide gap between rich and poor. Here there are two images are there. You can see in the first image there is Indian income pyramid, and the income is concentrated in the few hands of people, that is 16 million population is earning more than 17 lakh, and 684 million population is deprived because they are earning below 1.5 lakh. This is the clear indication of income inequality. So if GDP is increasing and it is leading to income inequality in our country, this will not lead to the welfare of our country. Second picture is showing that few people are living in this slum area and few people are living in these high building societies. The other reason for which GDP is not the true indicator of economic welfare is the increase in price level. If we measure the GDP of a country in 2 consecutive years and see that the figure of GDP of the latter year is twice that of the previous year, then we can conclude that volume of production of the country has doubled or economic welfare is doubled. But it is possible that only prices of goods and services have doubled between the 2 years, due to which nominal GDP has doubled. We have just now discussed about the topic nominal GDP and real GDP. And real GDP is constant, it always remained constant. Therefore, GDP cannot be taken as perfect indicator of economic welfare. In the image here you can see that food is becoming costly to the people, and there is leading to the increase in the prices of the food, which is leading towards food inflation. If there is increase in the prices of goods and services, it will not lead to the welfare of the people. Now, this is also the reason for which we can say that GDP is not the true indicator of welfare. This is externality. Externality means benefits or harms which a firm or individual causes to another, but for which they are not paid or penalized. These are caused during the process of production. There are positive externality as well as negative externality. The benefits which the other people are getting is called as positive externality, and harm which the other people are suffering from, those will be called as negative externality. Here you can see the two picture. First picture is of very neat and clean garden. This is the example of positive externality, because this is the benefit which people are having from this beautiful garden. Positive externalities increase welfare of the people. However, GDP does not account for such positive externality. And in the second image, you can see there is vehicle pollution, household waste, noise pollution from neighbors, air pollution from smokers, traffic congestion, gambling addiction, litter from tourists, spillover cost from obesity. These all are the example of negative externality, because these are the harm which one is getting from the other and they are not being penalized for that also. And this is also not considered while calculation of GDP. GDP does not account for externalities, since externalities do not have any markets in which they can be bought and sold. So, this was all about real GDP, nominal GDP, GDP deflator, and GDP is not the true indicator of welfare. Thanks a lot.